Okay, so we're going to run through the homework real quick. They give you a lower bound, an upper bound, and an n, and they ask you to determine the point estimate and the margin of error. And so to do this, it's really simple. We're just going to add them together. 0.122 plus 0.438, and then divide that by 2. And that is your point estimate. That is the number that's halfway between these 2 points, which is the best estimate for this. Now, if you want the margin of error, we're just going to use the point estimate minus the lower bound. And we have 0.158. The number of individuals in the sample with the specified characteristic is, well, that's the proportion times the n, 0.28 times 1500. There are 420 of them. And that section is done. Now, if you want to do the confidence interval, we can use the int trick that I showed you in the last video. We go stat, we go tests, we go one prop z int. X here is 175, 250, 0.90. We go again. Round to 3 decimal places. They want 0.652 and 0.748. That quick. Obviously, you can do the next one. Same idea. One thing to note: they give you this. The reason they give you this is because if you don't have a calculator, you should use that, but you can use a calculator and get this rather quickly. So just interpreting this, remember, it says we are 90% confident that 56%. Remember, when you do a confidence interval, you should get an interval that the population proportion falls within. So this must be flawed. And there's no interval about the population proportion. That's what I just said. So I think it's that one. Is this reasonable? So they say we are 82% and 98% confident. Well, that's not right. You tell me how confident you are, and then you give me an interval which they fall within. So that indicates the level of confidence is varying. That's not good. Okay, and then we're 90% confident that the interval 0.48 to 0.64 contains the true proportion. And I think that one's good. That one's reasonable. Yeah. Okay, and so on and so forth. Just practice interpreting these guys. It helps. Yeah, I want to leave. This one says the researcher wishes to estimate the proportion of adults who have high-speed internet. What is the sample size? Okay, so sample size, we're going to need this table that they give us. They give us that it's 90% confident. That would be this one. So we're using the critical value 1.645. We need the formula, so let's get it from here real quick. I don't have it written down. So we're doing p hat, which they told us is 0.34. 0.34 times 1 minus 0.34 is 0.66. And then times 1.645. That's the, oops. Darn it. So clear this. 0.34 times 0.66 times, put parentheses, 1.645. That's the number from that table that they had. Divided by, what is the other part? The other part of the equation is divided by E, the margin of error. Did they tell us that? They must have. As meant to be within 0.04, so 0.04. raised to the second. So that's 380. Oops, that's 280, 380. And then if she doesn't use a previous estimate, then we don't use the 0.34 here. We use 0.25 times 1.645 divided by 0.04 raised to the second. And that's 423. Always round up because this is people. And you get that done. Okay, so that's pretty quick. Same thing, just use the formulas, the tables. Another confidence interval, so you have to be careful which one you pick. There's a 99% chance that the proportion is between this and this. Okay, there's one is 99% confident. I think that's the best one, actually. And then you obviously get the confidence interval, so you use your calculator. What does an 80% confidence interval mean? So just interpret that and then choose the right answer and you'll be good to go. So that's how you're going to do this homework set. I hope you guys can get it done. Have a good day.